Hey everybody, how you doing today? Linda Green here. I'm just popping into the PTSD puzzle real quick because I want to talk about this concept of hope and what does that look like when you are struggling with your post-traumatic brain, right? Because some days are okay and some days are super dark and you can't get out of your own way. You can't maybe even get out of bed because you are just in such a deep hole. So how do you keep hope when you're in that situation? What does that look like? What does that even mean, right? For me, this is what came up when I started thinking about hope, because this is one of the things with people who have PTS is every day is a struggle. Sometimes every hour is a struggle on any given day. So what keeps people moving forward and taking that next step forward day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute even? So it's this concept of hope. That's what hope looks like, right? So how does that show up? What does that even mean? So for me, having that hope for that peaceful night, that shows up in doing the things I need to do to end my day with some peace and gratitude. It's being able to feed my body in a way that allows the body to relax enough to be able to sleep. It shows up in the activity that I do at the end of the day to transition into having some peaceful sleep. Those loving connections. I mean, we are a social animal, and without having that ability to connect with others, you end up in the shell of what you are and who you are, and you forget how to do things like connect with others. So, for me, being able to reconnect with my family was really important because I'm very much a family person. And, for me, it shows up now in being able to travel not only cross country but halfway around the world with my husband, because I did the work to set that up. It shows up in having the energy, not just mentally but physically, being able to drive 3 hours to go visit my young nephews, right? It shows up in being able to go out to breakfast every week with my friends and laughing again, because I've done the work. Because somebody told me that there's still hope out there, so that gave me enough of a belief that as long as I kept doing the work, things would get better, right? I'll get that peace, I would get that love again. And getting that joy, that's what hope's all about. And so I'm standing here now telling you, if you can't believe it in yourself, just believe that other people have beat this thing. Other people have done the work. Other people have suffered as you have, and they're still standing on their 2 feet. They are still engaged with their life. They are still in those loving relationships with family and friends. They're able to have a good night's sleep, because it all comes down to doing the work. And even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet, you still need to do the work, because it starts stacking on top of each other. What you do today will stack on to what you do tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And you start building a little momentum on what it is you're doing and what it is you're driving for, and that keeps you moving. So if you have to start with the belief that Linda did it, Joe's done it, Cherie has done it, even that asshole I don't like has done it, and been able to bounce back, get back into that joyful space of living life because it's worth enjoying. If they can do it, then I'm just going to hang on for another day. I'm going to hang on for another hour. I'm going to hang on for the next minute. I'm going to do the work, and I'm going to hang around long enough to see what it is I can achieve. Right? We all have our own individual journey with our post-traumatic stress, but The reality is, when you do the work, and you do it consistently, you get to a point where all of a sudden you realize in the moment, oh, this is what peace, joy, and love feels like. Oh, this is what it feels to be happy again. And I know a lot of people out there, it's like, it's like, oh, I felt happy. And their thought instantly turns, they're waiting for the sky to fall on them. And they don't allow themselves to feel happy. Because, oh my God, I'm happy, I can't have this, right? Instead of thinking that, here's how I want you to think. When you have those moments of peace and love and joy and happiness and satisfaction with your life, and things are going okay, instead of looking at the poo, as my friend Clay would say, instead of looking at the poo, because that'll take your direction that way, how about having gratitude for being in that moment and being able to enjoy that? Have that gratitude. Allow that peace to come in. Allow that love and joy to come in, knowing that in this moment, life is good. And then think about the future, because this is how I was thinking. It's like one day after weeks and weeks of, life sucks, this is just absolutely horrible, I had one of those moments. And you know what I was thinking? I said, wow, what did I do to set this up? Because I want to do this again. And I want to do it for 2 minutes next time. And maybe I get 5 minutes next week, right? So when you have that moment, have gratitude for it. Thank yourself for creating a moment of peace. And then once it goes away, and it will, it's especially early on, it doesn't last forever. But once it does, here's what I want you to do. Pick up a pen, a real pen. Don't use your laptop, don't use your iPad or anything. Get a real pen, get a real piece of paper, and sit down and write some gratitude about that moment in your life. So you remember it, you can go back, you can look at it, and then try and figure out maybe what led up to it. So you can recreate that pattern that led up to it. It becomes part of your life. So how does hope live? Part of it is the belief that others have done it, and if others can do it, so can you. It comes from having and remembering and expressing your gratitude for those rare moments early on when you do have a moment of peace, love, and joy. And the third part is to do the work, and you'll get there. And I hope this helps somebody today, because that's what I'm all about, is helping the person who is still suffering, taking the next best step for you so you keep moving forward. Take care.